Now the trick is, there you can see in there, now the trick is to add flour until you get to the right consistency. And that'll happen when you actually have a dough that forms and kind of slides up and detaches from everything. So I'm going to just keep putting in some more of this. I'm going to start with that and see what we get. And that'll mix for a few minutes, so we'll check back in a few minutes. I hope I got the right consistency here. I'm heating up some more milk just in case we need it for later. So I'll just let that go like that. And as you can see, the dough is starting to look like dough in here. And I can tell already we need a little bit more liquid, especially in light of the fact that I want to put all this flour in there. So this is where the fun happens. It's just a matter of adding liquid, adding flour, until you get it approximately correct. I'm going to add some more flour. I'm going to add some more milk. And as you can see, there really is no science to this. At least not for me. And that's usually the way I work this thing. I get it a little bit too wet, and then I dry it up by just sprinkling a little bit at the last second. And the idea is, if the ball becomes completely clean, you got it right. As you can see now, the bowl is starting to clean up. If you don't have this mixer, this involves a lot of manual labor, which is a little on the tedious side. So now you can see that the bowl is almost clean. And we are almost done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this. I'm going to just check the dough. It's a little wet, I can feel it. And it should be a little warm to the touch, but not hot. Okay? And I'm going to put a little bit more flour in here. Because it's just a little, if it's kind of wet to the touch, it's probably a little too wet. And I'm going to just use a little bit of flour here. But not much. When you get to this stage, a little makes a big difference. So we'll put this on again. And what sometimes I do at this point is I stop the thing and I go down here. And this should pull away clean, and you can see that it's still kind of sticky. So this needs to be slightly drier. So I'll take that bowl and I'll twist it around myself. And add a little bit more flour. Okay. And just tell just a little bit more. And even a little bit more. Okay. This looks good. Now, I'll just mix it a little bit more. That's pretty good. You'd even venture to say that that's even on the slightly dry side, but it's okay. We're all good. All right, now, what to do with the dough? Well, you're not done with it. Now the trick. As you can see, that came off cleanly from the thing. Okay. Now, there's a lot of ways. So what you need to do is to wait for this to rise. And what I've done over the years, I've tried a whole bunch of different techniques, but the one that works for me in this house is to get, I have it right here, a large baggie. I know this is unconventional, but that's what I do. And I stick it into the large baggie. Okay. And I take it to this very important place in the house, which I'll show you. It goes on top of our satellite dish receiver, where it's slightly warm and not too hot, and that's where it'll stay until the next time I visit it, which would be in about 40 minutes or so. Okay, and in the meantime, excellent camera work, by the way. In the meantime, the soup has been going for about an hour. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the veggies in. And what we have is a very nice smelling barley beef. The house already smells good, but you ain't smelled anything yet. So, now, hopefully there's enough space in here to put all these veggies in without overflowing it. We're going to find out shortly whether that's true or not. So I'm going to take all this. These are the leeks. And here are the rest of the vegetables. The mushrooms and the carrots and the celery. Ah, we made it. And we're going to put the heat up a little bit until it boils. And we're going to leave that uncovered. And we're going to basically simmer this baby for at least 45 minutes, but not much more than an hour. So we'll check back with you in a little bit.